Hi friends, welcome to MSL English Grammar and ITA YouTube channel. Please subscribe this channel. First to come to gauges. ITA fitter used for gauges, same machinist turner, some other trade also used for gauges. Today we listen is gauges and types of gauges. Generally gauges made of this is what metal can be used for made gauges: hardened steel, soft steel, or glass. Depend upon object of the job, checking object of the jobs. Sometime chrome plating or tungsten carbide coating are used to prevent wear. Sometimes different application because of preventing wears. The types of metal used: plug gauge. This one showing plug gauge. This side go, this side no go. This is wrong. In plug gauge is used for in mass production. Number of unit in same interchangeable or same shape component is made for in the mass production. This mass production used in this plug gauge. You check the plug gauge. So a dimension of some this diameter, internal diameter can be checked. Internal go, you can insert it go. This job is okay, but no go is not okay. There is rejected piece. Please you have check the go and no go, both are checked. Go is okay, no go is not okay. The plug is why you plug gauge can be divided into single end, cylindrical end, cylindrical, circular, threaded, sliped, shaped, and replaceable plug gauge. These are different types of plug gauges. This is same plug gauges use different objects, different types of object checking: taper, some threaded, circular, replaceable, and different types of gauges are made. And the unclear end can be expressed by the gauge length and read point. Unclear, this is because some depend upon his requirement. Some the gauge length can be and read point can be changed. Next is showing the thread plug gauge. The same plug gauge, same but threaded plug gauge. This one check internal thread, internal nut thread. Can check internal any threads, nut or any internal threads. A thread plug gauge is used to check acceptance of a nut. Acceptance of these are same. Go, no go is wrong. Go is okay. Nut is there. Go is entered easily in this hole. Okay, but no go not entering this hole. In case no go is entered this hole, this job is rejected. For a small threaded parts, the gauge will be double ended, one end or two end. With one end carrying the go, one end is go gauge, and the another one end is no go. This one is no go. For larger parts, the two may be separate pieces. Taper plug gauge is same as some taper have come. Taper job object used taper plug gauge. This one is a taper. Taper plug is used. Taper plug gauge made with standard or special tapers. Made standard and special tapers. This is using for some delicate tapering work. Get is standard metal can be used. Tapers are used to check the hole size and the taper's accuracy. Hole, in case taper hole, how to check this one? Some standard gauge available. Taper standard available. That gauge is inserting in this area. You have some not enter this gauge. Please this machining, this extra parts can be machined. After that you check this gauge used this component. These gauges must slide into the hole for a prescribed depth and fit perfectly. This is used for in a taper hole object can perfectly fitted a perfectly a taper, but because of not perfect taper, that is job is rejected, not use any use. Ring gauge, that is ring gauge, we studied about plug gauge, threaded plug gauge, but is ring gauge. What is use of ring gauge? Ring gauge is a ring gauge. Threaded ring gauges are metrology tools that are used for gauging the outer diameter of pins, shafts, splines, fasteners, dowels, studs, and other machined cylindrical parts. Some two types of gauges are, one is a small ring gauge, next one is a thread gauge. Can be used. Ring gauge will be pins, shafts, spans, fasteners, dowels, studs, and other machined cylindrical parts. This one used, this one simply, the cylindrical parts dimension can be checked. This dimension, what is this dimension? 30 mm. Next, same as inside is showing thread. Can use this one gauge used for inside thread. Check inside threads. This case ring gauge used for check a cylindrical, inside threads. Nut. A nut is the inside thread. What is thread will be checked for using thread plug gauge. Next, snap gauge. A snap gauge is formed like the C letter. This is formed like the C letter with outer go, and inner not go jaws. Outer go, inner not go, and is used to check diameter, length, and thickness. Then both are checked. First one diameter checked, next length checked, next thickness is checked. Thickness also checked. Thread pitch gauge. What is used for thread pitch gauge? This is only thread pitch gauge. This showing threads checking. The checking of threads. Thread pitch. This showing. Thread pitch gauge are used as reference tool in determining the pitch of a thread that is on a screw or in a tapped hole. Pitch gauge is used for tapped threaded hole. This tool is not used as precision measuring instrument. This is not for precision measuring instrument because of this is accuracy is very high. Accuracy is more than 0.5, 0.05. They're more than high. Because of this, not using for precision checking. Rather, it allows the user to determine the profile of the given thread and quickly categorize the threaded by shape and pitch. Quickly categorized. Which type of pitch are metric system, British system pitch or pitch distance, crest distance? क्या identified easily recognized thread by shape and inches. Shapes. What a coarse thread, medium thread, fine thread. Shapes. Pitch is so many 0.5 pitch, 0.25 pitch. In whatever you need, whatever your requirement, that size can be identified easily through this pitch gauge. Feeler gauge. This one showing feeler gauge. Can using the feeler gauge checking gap between two mating parts. Feeler gauge used for gap between two mating parts. How much gap is there in precision working, in any assembly, motor assembly, engine assembly, that how much gap is found. That gap is how to close. for help of using this feeler gauge. Is used to measure or set very small gaps, normally under 1 mm. When the blade are folded back into the handle, the thin, delicate blade are protected. The thickness possible blade that can be inserted into a gap or crack shown its width. Note, normally these blades are not hardened. Not hardened. This is not hardened. The feeler gauge is for measure gap between two meeting parts. Vernier height gauge, one of the check. This Vernier height gauge is used for checking and measuring purpose. This all are these parts are. Please read carefully this part's name. Uses Vernier height gauge are used in metallurgy and metalworking. Vernier height gauge is mainly used for metallurgy department. In metalworking department to detect or measure vertical distance. The height gauge are often used to measure a granite surface or a scribe part. Can used used by is base put it in granite surface or a scribe part features from a datum plane can be used. A datum plane can be used to detect the measured feature. A scriber test indication touch probe. Okay, only touch probe. CMM style probe is often utilized. CMM probe can be used in a laser type scriber probe. This is a use for laser type probe. Slip gauge. This showing slip gauge in different types of standard pieces, master pieces. For also using calibration work purpose, also using slip gauge. Slip gauge or their gauge block, feeler gauge equivalents are the universal accepted standard of length in the manufacturing and engineering industries. As a result, they are used in the calibration work. I also told calibration work for be also used for slip gauge and verification of many different instruments and calibrate different instrument can be calibrated. This one, some Vernier caliper, micrometer, other many types of instrument can be calibrated and equipment throughout the CNC machining process can used for mainly used for CNC. That type of equipment can be calibrated this using for slip gauge. Wire gauge. A wire gauge is a device used to measure the diameter of wires. This denotes the amount of electrical current. This denotes that can be safely carried, resistance and weight of the wire. The wire gauge is for measure for diameter of wires. Dial gauge. This one is a dial gauge. Dial gauge are checking surface bar and rod, small any in linear of identical. Gauge is also measuring round object available as in a millimeter. Next, used for flatness of parallelism of and detecting difference if measurement object. A dial used for constantly of these are inches as well. And this showing checking a straightness and flatness on a dial gauge using this. Thank you friends. Please study properly and how to uses of gauges and made of gauges, types of gauges. Thank you.